This, guys, for top of the funnel audiences is one of the most important things that you can do to find out who is going to be interested in what your offers are or your message overall. Because even for generating branding, for generating messages on Messenger, no matter what, you want to discover a new audience. And using split testing is how you find out, oh, this one doesn't work, this one doesn't work. Okay, so look, the winner is this one right here. Okay, there's been a lot of developments on this platform, and it has improved quite a bit when it comes to split testing. The basics and the foundations are the same, but the ability to get results and the ability to test things out is much, much better right now. So we're gonna go over those changes now, and you guys are probably gonna get excited about testing this out. And we're gonna go ahead and test it out right away. So once we go through this process, we're also going to show you live how to get some of these campaigns set up, because split testing is not really only for Facebook ads. We do split testing pretty much everywhere. We do split testing on landing pages, on registration pages, on ManyChat funnels, and wherever you can, you want to split test, because if you're not split testing, you're being romantic about what you believe to be the right thing. And on marketing, you cannot be romantic. You got to let the market tell you if something works or not. You cannot just go into something feeling confident that it's going to work, even though you haven't tested it. Sometimes the results that you get are the opposite of what you expected. And that's because the market is the market, and the market will tell you what works and what doesn't work. So we're going to talk about this split testing process. It's also referred to as A/B testing or multivariate testing. It's a method of conducting controlled randomized experiments with the goal of improving a campaign metrics such as clicks, form completions, or purchases. On Facebook, split testing is specifically a process of learning which ad creative, these are the things that we're going to test right here, ad creative, audience, delivery, or placement best meets your marketing goals. Actually, right now, they added a new thing to the whole split testing process, which is you can also split test links, URLs. And there's a lot more that we're going to cover along the way. The test is created by showing 2 or more versions of an ad to see which one performs better for your chosen variable. Once your split test is complete, you can use the data to help improve future campaigns. So benefits. Split test has many potential benefits. Some of them are getting rid of any uncertainty about marketing campaigns by eliminating guesswork and learning how customers respond rather than how you think they will respond. Again, being romantic, which can happen with survey data. So how does it work on the split testing over here on Facebook? Your audience is divided into distinct groups of people. So again, this is just a refresh of what we covered on the Facebook Masters. Using the Facebook split testing feature, these groups will not overlap. So if you have one group over here, and you on your own set up another group, these groups tend to go like that, meaning that a portion of these people are going to be on both sides. When you use the split testing feature, this does not happen. What does happen is that you have 2 completely distinct groups that do not overlap. Overlap means that the audience in one group is also on the other group. With split testing, this is 100% eliminated. And that's one of the important things about this process. Each group is shown ad sets that are identical except for the variable you've decided to test. Each ad set is measured against your defined campaign objective. These objectives include sales, application installs, video views, traffic, and more. So basically, you can generate a split testing campaign for any of the objectives that we have out there. Before, it was limited to only a couple, but now we can actually split test pretty much all the objectives that are available to find out winning campaigns overall. When your A/B test is complete, Facebook notifies you of the winning ad set, which I'm going to show you an example of that. So what are the variables that we can test? Images, videos, ad copy, age and gender variable. This is a new one. Saved audience variable. So if you save audiences along the way, you do some research utilizing, for example, audience insights, and you go ahead and save 5 audiences, then you can simply do a quick split test with these saved audiences. That's new right there. Compare existing campaigns. You can see here how we create the A/B test. For example, we can create a variant, or you can compare the existing campaigns over here, which is a cool little feature that was not there before. So you can see I'm selecting the campaign here, cold audiences and book sales, and we have all these things right here. We have images, videos, ad text, age and gender, saved audiences, or we have custom as the option there. How does a campaign look? You have a campaign, you have an audience 1, for example, interested in ketosis. Audience 2, interested in ketosis. Audience 3, interested in ketosis. The only variable here is the age. So now we have completely separate audiences that do not overlap. Each campaign corresponds to a single advertising objective, such as conversions, landing page views, video views, etc. AdSense will have a variable that you will be testing, such as age or gender or different types of audiences. Since your variable for this test are the audiences, your ad creative and copy will all have to be the same. So we have the same creative over here. And we're using 3 different audiences to find out which one is going to perform the best. This, guys, for top of the funnel audiences is one of the most important things that you can do to find out who is going to be interested in what your offers are or your message overall. Because even for generating branding, for generating messages on Messenger, no matter what, you want to discover a new audience. And using split testing is how you find out, oh, this one doesn't work, this one doesn't work. Okay, so look, the winner is this one right here, okay? 45 to 54, let's go ahead and scale that on its own. And that's the beauty of doing a good split testing campaign. Okay, so you can, it can be as simple as you want to test a square versus a landscape images, call to actions. You can test ad copy length, short copy, long copy, video thumbnails, color theme, background images, background music. You can also split test ad copies, headlines, and descriptions of the ad level. If you have 3 different strategies aiming for one goal, such as purchase or lead generation, you can test out different funnel strategies as well. This can then show you which strategy is best suited with your audience.
Well, one thing I'll add, Manuel, is on the last slide you were showing, it's funny, but every time I think this is going to win, I'm going to put out these 2 things, 2 images or 2 videos or whatever, 2 different ad copies. Every time I think what's going to be the winner, most of the time I'm wrong. So it just goes to show you have to just test and let the market decide.
Testing is everything. You got to let the market decide. That's right. Okay, good. So look at this one. You can actually test. This is brand new, by the way. This was not possible. When I taught the Facebook Masters, which, believe it or not, was 2.5 years ago already, the ability to test out different links was not possible. If you wanted to do a split testing campaign, you had to select the same exact link and only use as a variable an image or a video or copy or call to actions or audiences, of course. But now you can have here a campaign. You can have audience 1, audience 1, audience 1, and you can test out 3 different links: website URL, a landing page URL, a messenger ref URL, and you can find out which one converts the best. For example, let's say that you're looking for leads. Well, why don't you do one campaign with your winning audience, the one that you already found, and now you can bring them into ManyChat here. And let's find out the cost per lead, because in ManyChat, you're going to be able to extract the phone number. You're also going to be able to extract the email of these people. So that's a very powerful platform. We've been using it for a long time, but many times we have actually, instead of using only ManyChat, we have done a ClickFunnels campaign and the cost per lead goes down. And for some reason, somebody coming from Facebook goes into ClickFunnels and converts better than on ManyChat, on Messenger. Why is that the case? Well, we don't really know. We have to test things. We can't be romantic about things. ClickFunnels. But now you can have maybe your Shopify site. And on that Shopify site, you can have a newsletter for them to opt in or for them to subscribe to something or a lead magnet of sorts. Well, that could be another link right here. So now you can have 3 different processes of bringing somebody in. And this was not possible before. And at the end, you don't have to evaluate which one you think is going to be the best. You don't have to be like, oh, I know ManyChat is going to be the best for sure. Instead of that, you go through the process and you let Facebook come back and tell you, look, we ran the ads to your same audience, and we found out that on ManyChat, we were paying $1.54 a lead. And on ClickFunnels, we paid $4.25 a lead. Same type of lead, phone numbers and emails. On ManyChat, you have an extra one, which is a messenger subscriber, which you don't get on ClickFunnels unless you redirect people, which you can after they subscribe. Generally, you got 3 pieces of information here. You got 2 pieces of information here, phone number and email, and you can have 2 pieces of information here. So now maybe on this one, you got $3.75. So at that point, you're like, oh, wait a second. So it looks like what I should be doing here the most is pushing leads through ManyChat, because that one is the most cost-effective strategy to bring people into my funnel. Same audience, different VS. And that's the power of what you can do now with split testing that was not possible before. Very good. Okay, so once you complete your split testing, you will receive an email notification showing which is your winning variable and the corresponding results. You can see you get an email over here. Your split testing is complete. You open it up and you see a message that looks like that. It tells you how much was the budget, who's your winning audience, and now you can look at the study and you can look at the data in that particular ad. How many clicks you got, which one was the best performing one, which one were the ads exactly. It's pretty cool stuff, guys. If you're having a tough time trying to find out an audience that is going to be interested in your message, this is how you start. You have to invest some advertising dollars into discovering somebody interested in hearing your message. If you don't, you're going to be missing out on the opportunity of using the Facebook algorithm to discover these people for you. Because you have Facebook and you have Instagram and Messenger and Instagram DM and WhatsApp and all these places where you can locate people now, but you got to have enough data because there's so many of us. It's incredible, guys. It's like billions of people on this platform, hundreds of millions in the United States alone. So you got to have some tools to help you find who your audience is and what are the best funnels that are going to help you get the best results. It's not only about discovering of audiences, it's also about discovering what funnels and what processes and what creatives work the best. That's the beauty of all of it. You can see here that when you go to the business manager, you're going to see the campaigns, and there's going to be one that has a big yellow star, and that's the one that actually won the actual split test. And you can just go ahead and click on run winning ad set, and now you can create a new campaign with that winner right there and just scale it from that point on.
The one we didn't expect.
Was that? The one
we didn't expect.
Yeah, I bet you that if you actually, you can even do like some gambling with this. You're going to probably lose most of the time because you're not going to expect the ones that Facebook finds as winners and before you spend too much money, right? All right.
That's right.
All right. Yeah, so split testing is not only limited to the Facebook advertising A/B split testing feature. It can also be done on ClickFunnels landing pages, on ManyChat, on Facebook ads, dynamic creative. These are different areas that you can work on to find out what works and what doesn't work as much. The cool thing about the Facebook Business Manager is that it really uses the algorithm and it gets you data fast. So you can actually just skip the line in discovering an audience interested or discovering a creative that works and just give Facebook some money and come back and get some results. These other platforms like ManyChat, like ClickFunnels, you're gonna have to feed it data. And you cannot really skip that process as much unless you send a lot of traffic, which means that you still need something like Facebook or emails to find out what's working best. You can split test landing pages like that. 50% of the traffic goes there, 50% goes over here. You can have two different funnel designs, different headlines, different color themes, different creatives, different call to actions, and etc. ManyChat is really cool also. They have improved the ability to split test things. And that starting step is going to split test. And it's a very simple thing. It's a randomizer. And you can send 50% of the traffic to one side and 50% to the other side. And then along the way, you find out which one is actually creating the most engagement and which one causes people to click more to the next part of that funnel. So that's very simple to do. I see here that we have only 1 point, right, Donald, that beginning point?
Yes.
We have that 1 point, and then you can see how many people actually engage on the next one. So what do we got on the other one? Do we have any data on that one? Oh, because this is
This
not the
is
real one.
Yes, this is an example for example purposes. Ideally, when you set up a split test inside Managed Chat, you'll always have a randomizer. Now, you can set it up as a 50-50 traffic, the same as ClickFunnels, or your other option is to just randomly give or use a path for every user. Now, the only thing we're split testing on this example is the first welcome message. The image is the one that or the variable. You can test out different questions, different flow setups, depending on how you would like to test your lead magnet, for example. And then once that actually goes live, once it starts receiving traffic, you can then determine the results out of it. For example, since the welcome message asks them for an email, you can then check which section got or has gotten the most emails.
Yeah, absolutely. Which one got you the most emails? Simple as that. You put $1,000 budget into this flow, and you have a randomizer there. Maybe you do 100, depends on your budget, and then you split the traffic, and you look at which one gave you the most emails, and that's the winner right there. Very simple.
How many avenues does the randomizer let you do? 4, 6?
It has a maximum of 6, but for you to have an equal percentage, you can either go with 2 or 4 or 5. If you do 6, the other 2 will have 17%. The rest will have 16%.
Makes sense.